Welcome, everyone, to the second session of another bug hunt distress signals. Last week, we found ourselves with our possibly underpaid crew landing on Samson 6, entering the Greta base with orders to find the commanding officer, the commanding scientific officer, and the lead artificial intelligence officer, Hinton. They've made their way through the parts of the Greta base most interesting to them, finding the commander already dead, apparently from a self-inflicted wound, found in the command center, where our teamster, Cornelius Korn Fraterman, is working furiously to repair, hopefully, communications and computers to the base. Our other three crew find themselves in the garage, where they found a survivor furiously digging in the garage. Our Marine, Max Planck, getting no attention from or distraction from his digging, poked him in the head, and a crab-like creature started to crawl from its head while unleashing a shriek that seemed to enter every orifice of the three in the room. Not only their ears, but their nose, their eyes, this sound traveled through. Not only that, but their urethra and possibly their anus. As it crawled through and they fought with their sanity. Two of our crew fell. And this circling scream and shriek in their head, looking for a way to exit, to find release, started to release itself in a myriad of paper cuts across their body. Even our android is experiencing this as he sees feelings of little rust wounds open on his otherwise highly polished skin. My two have found their body and their sanity saves on the street. Please roll me a 3d10 and keep track of those hours for me, if you would. But Max Planck, as you pop your carbine machine gun into the head of the soldier so furiously digging in the puddle of water, you see the dead electric cord laying across the room. You see what looks like a backup generator and several tanks of fuel. And you see these APCs in the room, as well as a mechanic's bench with several tools. You, surprisingly, being closest to the streaking crab-like Grim leader, were immune to the sounds of the thing. But will you be immune to its horror? What would you like to do, Max, as you see this crab-like creature start to crawl from the body of this?
I'm going to. I have my gun, and I'm slowly going backwards. I turn around to see how the others are. I see Jonathan and Joe. John, Joe, you guys okay? You look kind of scared.
I'm like screeching and grabbing at my head and shaking my head.
Get your wits about you. This thing will kill us quickly. Joe, you okay?
I am doing. Ah! Ah! Ah!
I thought, how can androids get scared?
I'm shrieking. I think that was shrieking.
Well, get your guns out and start firing. And I go, start firing at the thing.
My victims of the screech, so you know, what you're hearing is intermittent, incoherent chittering, whispers that seem to just cloud through your head and escape through those little paper cuts in your scene. And the sound of the chittering sounds something like this. And since in Mothership, they're really, you guys, there is no need to have an initiative roll because, you know what, in Mothership, the crew should always go first. Because, let me tell you, space is deadly. So, if you guys want to choose initiative to save yourselves, you can certainly do that with your own speed numbers. But I would think that our most aware and least affected Max Planck could attack first.
Yep, and I'm going to attack.
What would you like to do? You have your submachine gun, I believe. You have anything else?
I'm just going to use my submachine gun.
Okay, why don't you roll that for me? Combat roll, please. Stat save roll.
And I got military training.
Okay, so that adds, what do you got that? That's plus 10%. So you're trying to roll a 58 or under, it looks like?
I just have a general purpose machine gun, right? Yeah.
It's called a submachine gun, SMG. And,
okay.
good.
Okay, and I'm gonna roll. I get plus 10% with the combat roll. Here we go. I need 58. Oh, hold on, I did advantage.
Well, it looks like the 63 was the first, but I'll allow you to roll it again. Oh, it,
98.
it does not seem to matter as you see your bullets. I mean, they're hitting, but they're just ricocheting off of this thing. I mean, you laid a thing all across the back of its carapace and across the front of its head. I mean, you put a good 5 bullets, I would think. You need to maybe change magazines already. But you did see that they just seem to deflect off of them. Our good doctor, Jonathan Anderson, what would you like to do?
I'm kind of freaking out a little, and I see that thing, so I just take my gun and start shooting in that
Okay.
direction.
Roll me your combat roll with, let me see if you got any goodies we can add.
Military
Oh, you
training.
have military training as well, so it looks like you're looking for a 46, sir.
So 56, under 56, right?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry, 56. Oh,
That's critical hit.
yeah, that is a critical hit. The only problem is that those bullets are just deflecting off of the carapace. You see maybe one of them go into its mouth, and it doesn't seem to affect it at all. It just seems to your bullets just seem to be almost sounds like it's hitting concrete, even with that critical roll. Uh, JO3, what would you like to do?
In between my screams, I'm gonna take hold of the foam gun and I'm gonna begin trying to seal off this enemy.
Explain to me what you mean by seal off. You're going to approach close to it, because I believe a foam gun doesn't have the largest of distance. We might let me check that on that, but I believe it is a almost immediate range weapon, adjacent weapon is what you would call it here in Mothership. But yeah, why don't you explain to me how you want to try and use that foam gun?
All right, I'll get up as close as I need to and start trying to pin it down with the foam gun.
It's actually no, sir. It's not. It's in close range, not not adjacent. So you don't have to be right up on it. And you okay. So you shoot your foam gun. Throw me your attack roll, sir. Your combat roll of you got 41 plus I don't know, any of your training helps you, but you could try and argue a point if you want it.
Well, I'm assuming this foam gun is, in fact, a piece of industrial equipment. So, could I use that?
Yeah, explain to me your understanding of how that makes that give you a little bonus. Sure, I'll let you have another 10 points.
Well, as a 10th generation android, I've had a lot of time to work out the bugs,
Nice.
and JO3 units are definitely handy. They serve a variety of functions, but they're especially good at maintenance and repair, and certainly they can handle any of the systems aboard a ship.
Sounds good. Looking for a 51 or lower, sir.
All right.
Stat save roll.
Oh. Looks like we
Oh,
needed the bonus too.
no, you got it right on the
Yeah,
numbers.
money.
Yep.
Well, that's 1 square meter of quick hardening foam. Why don't you tell me? Hang on, I do get a save against that though. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you something, Omega. Maybe if you show the crew our sheets, we're not transmitting my screen, are we? Pull up your sheet button, Omega. I'm gonna make something visible to everybody. And let me see if I can do this. Show the players. So I just made the Clark sheet visible to everyone. So you can probably see that now, Omega, if you click on it. Give everybody a look at what it looks like.
What do I gotta click?
Click on sheet. Click on sheet.
That's a
Okay.
fearsome bug.
And then pull up that Clark book. And this is to give everybody a little taste of what a monster looks like in you having problems, bud? Sheet, and then go down that list.
Yeah,
You'll see the first
I-
monster there.
I see it.
And I'll just keep talking. In
Do you want me to show it? I can't show the audience.
won't show up on the screen.
I can't get it to the center of the screen.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I don't know why it didn't work.
I could probably. You would just want me to show the picture of the
Just
the-
open up the sheet. Just open up the sheet and let them see what the sheet looks like when you open it.
Yeah, it just shows a thumbnail of the Kark, but no stats or nothing.
That shouldn't be the case, but okay. Don't worry about it. So in Mothership, they have an instinct number and a combat number. Instinct is really much a catch-all for everything else. So I need to roll to see how I did it against this. This is essentially a
I can't.
body save. And I'm using that like it stuck on him. You saw as you sprayed it on him, okay? You saw it sort of bind maybe a couple of the pincers and the claws and some of the moving parts around its mouth and legs. It seemed to do it, but then as it started to harden, he saw it harden him and maybe grab him like maybe it was going to work, but then he breaks free of it. So the Clark is going to attack our first compatriot. Well, actually, he's going to go after the android, we'll say, because. And as he makes another screech, he's making a screech, and he slides out of the body. You see the dripping remains that's left of the soldier, the marine who was so furiously digging. He finishes pulling and emerging from the body. He looks at what you just sprayed at him, and just makes his way towards you and tries to claw at you. And he succeeds and falls. Sir, you may make a body save. or yeah, or tell me whatever you like to do.
How much damage?
Hang on, he didn't get hurt yet. This is the he gets an action.
Okay, so I just got to make a save it before I take
It's not
damage.
you. It's the android.
Okay.
It's the android.
So I've already been attacked and I need to make a body save.
Now, hang on, I'm going to give you the right thing you got to do. I apologize, guys.
Here.
Yeah, just do a I mean, you could try and speed. You could try, whatever you want to do to try and dodge or whatever. I mean, he's coming right at you. You do have a certain armor level. So if you want to
Can
try and
I
dodge,
go
I'll
for
allow.
athletics?
Sure, sure. I think I'm playing this wrong, guys. Tell you the truth. But go with that. We're okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to calculate his movements and use my athletics to dodge out of the way. Nope.
Oh, we're rolling bad today.
All right. I will roll that damage, sir. Hmm. He actually lifts up his claw, the one that you had tried to spray together with the backward one, and he shakes it off and looks at you, and he just sort of swipes it down across your chest, and sir, he brings big damage. That's 24 points of damage. Now, in MotherShip, what is your armor level? Your AP number? You have a
It is
hazmat
5.
suit. What is that?
He's 5 on the hazmat suit.
5?
Correct, 5.
All right, so you take 5 points of damage before, I mean, you wipe off 5 points of damage, so we have to distribute 19 points of damage to you. Your health level is 14, huh? So
That's what it says on that there sheet. Yep.
All right, so you're going to take 1 wound, and we'll get to this.
Yeah.
1 wound, and 14 and 5 more points of damage. So you're at 9 points of damage left on your second wound, and then you took a bleeding wound. I need you to roll on the wounds table. There's a wound roll right there, and that's a D10. And we're gonna go under the bleeding corresponding things.
All right.
And to see how bad that wound is.
Yeah, this is where it's deadly, man.
6. That's a major injury. Fingers, toe, 6. Hand, foot severed. Bleeding +4. Okay, so why don't you tell me, did you lose your hand? I think you'd be aiming for your hand. So it sounds like that Carson claw just came down and swiped across your hand. That was maybe the forward hand on your little foam gun there. And he didn't like that foam gun, it seemed like, and he just sliced off your hand. Circuits are sparking, and you certainly don't bleed, but you seem to be dripping some serious hydraulic fluid and some other things. So we will come back to you. Sir, in a line of order. Actually, our teamster, Corn, I'm sure you've heard this gunfire and all this, right? And all this gunfire and racket. And I was wondering, are you still continuing to work away on your repairs?
I'm working and get me nervously muttering, I don't hear a thing. I don't hear a thing.
Okay, so we are going to go to Max Planck. Max,
Yeah,
what would you
that,
like to do?
well, at that, I'm conversing. I'm like trying to use my comms to contact Cornelius. Cornelius, you hearing this? Cornelius.
Comms are down. I hope you know. And there's no
Hey, guys.
Yeah, they're
Guys,
down.
just let me give you a little more meta info here. That bleeding wound on our android, it's at a +4. So every round he'll continue to lose 4 hit points of bleeding damage until essentially not cure, but the blood is stopped.
Okay. And then I realized the comms are down. Shit, the fucking comms are down. I'm Jonathan, Joe, I think we should retreat. Let's get the hell out of here and lock this door up. So I'm gonna go to the door.
That's just that's through the door. That thing's gonna tear that door off and come down after us.
Well, I think a retreat is in order. But anyways, I'm gonna go towards the door and order these guys to retreat. And as I stand by the door, I'm gonna give a shot at the beast with my SMG.
Okay, where's Max Planck out of this room? I don't see him now. He disappeared.
He's right here.
So Max is off towards the upper front of the room now because the the room you're around the actually the far side of where you came in that backup generator is below you. Max is actually the door you came in is over here actually.
Okay.
And Mac hurries over towards that way, and the puddle is here that the guy was digging in. The electric cord that's dead is laying like sort of in a line like this down, and you got this over here, and then the 2 APCs in the back. And you head towards the door and take a shot at them. So go ahead and throw me that combat roll, sir. I'm going to. I don't need to do anything at disadvantage. This game's deadly enough. So why don't you throw that combat roll, sir?
Okay, here we go. I need 58. 27.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you roll damage again because all you see is those bullets just ricochet off of the carapace of this thing. You're actually you're starting to even get worried that with all the metal in here, these ricochets that you continue to plow into this thing. I'll say you threw off 2 more rounds in your. Because you did run a little bit, didn't shoot off all those rounds. You threw 2 more rounds in your second mag there, sir. And they just both clicked off them and shot off into the ceiling and then ricocheted further. You're hearing a pew, pew, pew of, the standard ricochet sound. Mr. Anderson, what would you like to do?
Would it be possible for me to run over to this vehicle and get in it?
You can certainly attempt to do whatever you want to try. Why don't you do we'll just do a speed check.
Okay, well, let me ask
you if you can run over and open it.
Okay, I'm looking at this. Do I think it's possible that I could run this creature over with this vehicle?
I mean, the physics of it seem to make sense. But you don't have the first idea about what's going on with that vehicle, if it's charged, if it's got gas. I mean, you do whatever you want, though, brother.
Here's hoping.
Just hoping. So what do you do, sir?
Over to it and see if I can get into it. I'll try to make a smooth.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second, sir. Yeah, roll that. I'm just gonna. Now you're able to get over. You don't have to. This is bullshit. You didn't need to roll for everything. You get over there. You try the forward hatch that's locked. But you go around to the back and you open the rear hatch and you see hang on a second. The rear hatch opens and you see this gentleman sitting in the back. Somewhat here he is. Hang on. I'll make my computer shit work, folks. I'm sorry. you see this guy sitting in the back with this crazy hat made out of like it looks like conduit, electric conduit and shit. And he just seems to be babbling. And you're looking at him, and the first thing you notice is that he's sitting there with a grenade in his hand. The grenade's in one hand, and he's holding it tight. And the pin is already pulled and in his other hand. I mean, this guy looks thin, malnourished. His body, you see, his face, his hands, his open V-neck of his chest, they're all covered in the paper cuts, right? And he's like, I want to go back. I want to go back. I got him to die. I can't hear them. They're calling. They're calling. I gotta get me.
Yeah, grab that grenade out of his hand and throw it at the creature.
All right, you are to do that. I want that speed check now, sir. And yeah, we're gonna do it regular.
Okay. So, can I use combat training on this?
Yes, you can, sir.
So that,
You want to do it as a combat roll rather than a speed roll? I'll allow it. If you tell me how you, I mean, you said you reached in real quick and grabbed it. That's not like a combat move, more of a speed move. But however you want to try and describe that, I'll certainly game.
yeah, I mean, I've been in combat a good bit. I served quite a bit of time, you know. I saw my comrades fall and had to grab things out of their hands before they went off on me. I'm doing the same sort of maneuver. Grab, roll, and throw. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Let's hope I'm as good as I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's a success, sir.
It is a success. It is a critical success.
It is a critical success. And for that critical success, I'm going to allow, if you remember that the gentleman who was the Carson that climbed out of was wearing several grenades. I'm trying to see how many. I think he had like 3 on the back and 2 on the front. But as you blow that up, roll me. Hang on, let me see. Roll me a. Hang on here. Build a frag grenades. Yeah, so he's got 6 grenades on him. 3 in the front, 3 in the back. I'm going to let you roll your damage for your grenade, but we're gonna, with that crit roll, we're gonna roll me a 1d6 to see how many other rolls, how many other grenades go off.
Alright, how much is the damage for the crit?
Well, roll me the 1d6 first. And then a frag grenade is so you have 2 other ones, and I'm trying to figure out what a frag grenade is. Anybody have that? Anybody?
Yeah, it does 3d10 damage.
Yeah, so roll me 3d10 3 times. So we could do it 90-10.
90-10? Okay.
On a
90-10.
hit, damages all adjacents to the enemy.
Yeah, the only one that we're going to let the android throw a speed roll at the end.
43.
All right, I got some math to do here. Why don't you give me that speed roll, Mr. Android JO3, to see if you're able to see what was going on and escape from the blast radius to get out of range. You know what? You are injured, so I wasn't going to let you allow the thing. But is that a failure, sir?
Yes.
JO? All right, JO3, you're bleeding out. Do you want to, and I'll get back to the damage. Do you want to do anything while this explosion I'm figuring out?
Probably
Maybe
not more than scream.
Okay, so maybe that phone gun might help you out, but okay. Let me look at my Carson in here. He has, let's see. Ooh, what'd you do, 43?
43.
Tell me how you destroy this carcinoid.
Bounce that grenade right underneath of it, and as it goes off right behind it, two more go off, and it just like blows right through it, and it's just splattered all over the walls.
And the android is sitting there covered in goo, and he failed his spell check. How am I going to do this? Well, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to do it like this. Tell me if this makes sense to you guys. 43. This crab had 20 points of damage twice with 2 wounds. I'm going to say that the 3 pieces of shrapnel for 3 points of damage flew at our android. And android, if JO3, if you want to tell me what occurred when this, as you attempted to flee the concussive explosion.
I feel like I wouldn't even have time to turn around before the explosion hits me and sends bits and pieces flying everywhere.
Yeah, so you are you how's your health looking there, buddy? Do I need to look at that?
You don't need to, but if you were to look at it, I probably wouldn't be doing so well.
Are you keeping those numbers for me?
Let me check it out.
I
So
think
I've
you
got
already.
9 more hits plus the 5 is a second wound, I believe. That's exactly another wound.
Oh.
Really? Wait, your first wound you took another 5, brought you down to 9, and you took 3, so you're at 6, I would think, right? Isn't that what
And
occurred?
So
Murky, you
I
got the
had
numbers?
I had taken 5 over 14, 19. And so it was a wound plus 5 remaining hits. And then if I'm taking a 9 plus 5 is 14. So that's another wound.
they only took three, not nine.
You just
Oh,
took 3
just
down.
3?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
I
3
thought it
down.
was 3
Yeah, so
pieces of
you're at
shrapnel
6.
for 3 damage each.
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. Just 3 points. They were the remaining points that didn't get exploded into the car.
Okay. Well, then I'm
Uh,
8 out of 14 with 1 wound.
6 out of 14, I believe.
I'll take it. 6 out of 14.
6 out of 14, I'm pretty sure. All
Can
right.
I go over and help the android?
I'd like to hear how he's bleeding out. What are you going to use to stop a severed hand from an android whose his left hand is severed, and his right hand he's holding a foam gun, and you have what kind of tools with you?
I have a computer and some diagnostic stuff. So let's see what else I'm carrying. I do have a.
I think the solution's right at hand, guys.
I will grab the foam gun and
There you
I
go.
will use it to stop the leak on his arm.
All right, so you shoot that foam gun on him. I'm not going to make you roll that, but that foam gun only has 1 charge left in it. Be aware. That +4 bleeding stopped. Uh, it actually, let's see, did it all occur in the? No, you need to take 4 more points of bleeding damage, sir, because um, you were to get 4 more points of bleeding damage per round. In that round where you screamed instead of I hoped you had used your foam gun, could have avoided those 4 points. So now you're down to 2, sir, on your second wound. But this Clark seems to be wiped out, and I'm going to bring the action over to Jonathan Anderson as he looks at this wildly attired and wild-eyed man sitting in the back of the APZ. They will awake. They're awakening. I want to contribute. I can hear them. They're calling me. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Does he have any name tags on him anywhere?
Well, you do. You see Demar, DEMAR, on his hand, and if one of you, I mean, who has the roster? I forgot who grabbed that.
Well, I don't think anyone really grabbed the roster. I think you could say they have it on them for just convenience.
It's one of you. I'm just doing that because you're not in the room. It was whoever had found went up to the commander, Lieutenant Kaplan, I believe it was.
That was the android.
Right. So the android has the thing, and you see that he is the base mechanic.
He looks kind of crazy. Okay, so
And you
I'm
guys can
gonna.
see him now too, if you like.
I'm sorry. What?
You can see his sheet now as well. I made it available to y'all.
Okay. So he looks kind of crazy. I don't deal with crazy too well. I will shut the door backpack. um, and I'm gonna go back over. Is there any way? Can I repair the android? Is it possible?
What do you think?
I know I have a lot of artificial intelligence and stuff that I could.
Well, you make it work for me. I'll make it work for you. How about we say it like that?
And
I
I have
mean,
set,
you can.
and I have worked extensively on J03 models and have that's pretty much my line of work. So
Okay. Well, considering you guys don't really have you have all the tools, obviously spare parts. I'll let you to try to fix his hand, but we're going to throw that as an intellect roll with your appropriate adjustments that you want to call for. Make them work into the your roll, though, please. And we're going to throw that at disadvantage because you really are. I mean, if you want to jury rig it, his hand was severed. Maybe it's just some connecting wires. Maybe you can duct tape the maybe the outside metal that was broken. You tell me how it works and we'll figure it. But as you guys are moving around, you moved around to the back of that. You did see that the garage door is here, and that it appears to be that a shitload of stuff is just piled up in front of it. If you can see that, and you do see this was always in your vision, the other APC in the back. But I'm just gonna move this APC a little bit so you can see the garage door in the back, and you think that maybe that's where the tracks from the front of the building were leading to that garage entrance, but it's certainly barricaded as you can see there. So do you want to throw that intelligence roll at disadvantage for me, and
yep,
tell me what you're adding on and why?
plus 20 artificial intelligence. I work on androids all the time. That's my line of work.
All right. So you're sounds like you're putting all the wires back together, fusing, using bits and bobs from little pieces you're pulling from maybe different parts of the Android. Maybe you walked over to that table and saw all the stuff on that tool bench. These sort of tools, the crowbar. There's a flashlight. There's a patch kit over there, a nail gun with a box of about 1,000 nails, and there's also a hand welder. So maybe that hand welder would aid in working on that thing. But I think I'm being too generous again, guys. So be careful with me.
I'm grabbing up. I'm doing a disadvantage. I walk over J03 and we'll see what I can do. I acted in the heat of the moment. I didn't want everybody to die of that bug. I'm I'm a little frazzled here, and my head is starting to hurt just terribly. So let me see if I can do something here. So I'm shooting for under a disadvantage under a 73.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll, then. You should be right. Let's see what you get here, brother. Oh, all right. You want to tell me how you fix them up? Has he got a
I
whole
take
new
a
hand
low
working,
cord.
functioning?
I take some
JO3, how you
low
feeling?
cord. I'll do some wiring together. I weld a couple of his like joints back together. Maybe a little stiff on that one. I can't really do much for that, Joe. Sorry about that. And then I take a liberal amount of duct tape and kind of give it a little warming so it kind of melts down around it and seals it off good.
Oh, you put a little synthetic band-aid around that thing, heating up with that you now have in your possession, that hand welder, if you like. And you can look in the book, but that's, I believe, called that's a deadly little weapon, but that is an adjacent weapon.
All
and that
right.
is called the EVA MK2 hand welder. Does 1d10 damage, unlimited shots, causes bleeding wounds, and can cut through airlock doors.
So I assume it'll cut through a bug carapace then.
Yeah, but you gotta put that baby right on it. All right. So what do you guys want to do now? You guys
But
have
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to the Jonathan. Jonathan, what kind of scientist has a frag grenade? Didn't even commission me one.
Well, there's a guy back there in that vehicle, but he's crazy. He's lost it, and he looks like he's. And I kind of look at the little cuts on me. He looks like this, but he's talking gibberish. And that guy up there looked like that, and Max, I don't want to die, and I don't want to turn into a bug.
I don't want to die either, but what are these fucking things?
I don't know. I assume that's the Karks that they were killing indiscriminately. Does that look like something you should try to kill indiscriminately? I don't think I'd want to piss that off. Whose bright idea was this?
Well, who created those damn fucking things? It's all you fucking scientists do all that crazy shit, making our life harder.
I think those live here. They said these were native. Long when they got here, they were here killing them off.
Well, that garage looks barricaded, so they must have been trying to keep them out. The fucking things that were blocking my bullets don't even damage them. You need explosives, and I don't even have any.
Well, let's go see if this guy in the back. He had a grenade. Maybe there's something else in this vehicle.
And something else in that garage, too, maybe. And you,
Yeah.
Joe,
Search it.
what the fuck's an android getting fucking scared for? You got some kind of emotion chip in your boards or something?
I believe my systems are. I'll need to run a diagnostic. I feel cold.
We can't have no scared android shit going on here while we're trying to do this job. All right.
I might can fix him again, but I don't want to screw around with his brain too much, and I'm afraid that if I screw something up after whatever happened to him, that he might go haywire.
Well, see if you could find out what's wrong with this guy. This thing, whatever you want to call it.
Do you mean Joe or do you mean the vehicle?
Joe. See if you can find out what's wrong with Joe.
All right, I will try to do a diagnostics check on him. I have a diagnostics kit too. So. Does the diagnostic scanner give me a bonus?
sure. Do an advantage then.
Okay. So let's try the skin. So under 73.
Well,
So that's
nice.
a 1.
One.
A 1.
Well, it looks like you're closer to JO3 than you may have been with your first, second, or third wife. And, I'm not really sure what's up with JO3, so I'm going to have to let JO3 describe what you're fixing and find.
No, it seems like this thing's done a lot of damage somehow. Maybe something with that stream. I think I can fix most of this. So
Yeah, you notice in your diagnostic scan that while there are a few maintenance type bugs that you wouldn't have expected, especially after so quick a repair, there's also something else which you weren't expecting, which is entirely new software seems to be writing itself. This is indicative of an even later model Android, one that's typically used to providing more empathic type companionship, we'll say. Certainly not a working Joe model.
Or a community model, it sounds. A model that feels part of the collective.
It's unclear if this is a bug or exactly what's going on, but the software seems to be developing at a rapid rate.
It is our Teamster continuing to work diligently. He's about 1 hour now into I think it was a 12-hour job we had set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got about 11 hours left there, sir. I'm not going to make you roll each hour. We'll roll once at the end, but you heard all this commotion. I don't know if you guys were previously using some texting capabilities on your wrist, but yeah, I don't know. Are you just continuing to work away furiously and singing loudly in your hands to hide your cowardice and just say you didn't hear it?
I didn't hear it. Nothing's going wrong. Everything's going to fine, and I'm gonna go home.
All right, we got a singer in the group, and good thing we're not transmitting because they may come looking for you. Uh, yeah. So, what are you guys in the garage doing then? You guys have just sitting there. You got a two APZs. You got a garage door, and I'm just wondering what you all going to keep doing. I don't know if there's anything to really fix. Anderson, you gotta be careful with that. I don't know. What you're looking to do. He's just a little scared. You weren't a little scared yourself, but
I'm, I'm I'm fairly scared, and I'm not going to tell Max what I found out about the android,
yeah.
because Max is already paranoid about the android, and I'll just kind of like talk to him low, and he says, "Are you sure you don't have some kind of experimental motion chip?"
I do not believe I was implanted with any such hardware.
Yeah, but I think this bug may have caused something that is on an intelligence level. So I don't think I can get rid of it. I'm not sure how it's going to affect you.
Oh, and Mr. Android, I never got that 3D10 roll from you. At the after the start of the game for the that shriek. I did see yours, Jonathan. What was that number again? I didn't write it.
Oh, 21.
21.
Yeah, I believe I did roll it. The result was a total of 10.
10. Okay, good enough. Keep an eye on that. We'll say we're coming up on. Well, you guys haven't spent much time since then. This maybe a good half hour so far. So you're in that first hour still. What do you guys want to do now? I mean, you're standing in a garage, or you're hearing a storm outside still, and you just killed the most amazing creature you've ever seen in your life. Uh, and I don't know. I'd be a little shaken myself.
Like Jonathan,
Yeah,
that guy you said you seen, ATV.
yeah.
You think he's gonna turn into one of those creatures like that other one?
Well, just doing a little reasoning here. We found the person in the mess hall, and it looked like something had popped out of it. Then we saw this guy over here, and he had the little cuts and stuff all over him. And then we saw this guy over here, and he had all the little cuts on over him and was acting really crazy. And then that creature came out of him. So my guess is that yes, he's going to turn. Shall I just go ahead and go shoot him now?
Yeah, if you shoot him, the bullets don't work on those things. Last time I put the gun to the head, the creature came out. The bullet ain't gonna
But
work on one of those
it
things.
worked on humans,
But what if you
and
kill
he's still
him?
human.
And what if that thing's still alive even if you kill him?
I think he's dead either way, don't you?
I don't know. You ever watch Alien?
Yeah, that old sci-fi show.
Yeah. That's like
movie.
Well, I think we should either kill him or we should weld that door shut so it can't get out.
So we might need to use that vehicle to get to the other part of the base.
There's 2 ATVs, isn't there?
Yeah, let's go check the other one. Let's go check it and see if we can find anything else in this hangar.
Yeah, let's check that garage too. Let's check everything. So I'm gonna go check the garage there, Warden.
Okay. So like I said, you guys found on that tool bench, there's assorted tools. There's the crowbar. There's a flashlight, a patch kit, which would be for like outside, on your suits. Now gun with a box of 1,000 shots. It says a hand welder, which has already been claimed. You see over by that generator, which appears to be a. Do you go over to her? Let me put you back in that room so you guys can tell me what you're looking. I'm not just going to give you the room. Uh, but Max is walking around. He checked all those things. The tools are over here, and the we don't have a teamster to look at this backup generator, but there is fuel over there. And you did see that there was a power line that was laying around that where the guy was digging. We're going to take him off the board, but his body's still there. You can certainly, maybe I'll put him back because you can certainly check him if you like. But why don't you tell me what you want to do, really, in particular? I allowed that our scientist was over by that bench and saw all the other stuff. But what do you want to do? Where do you want to check, Max?
Well, like I say, there's a hand welder over here. Maybe we should get the
Hey,
Cornelius.
Weller's going.
Get Cornelius over here to weld that door shut or something. Yeah, but no communications, and he's got that damn fucking helmet on. You know what? When I see him again, I'm gonna rip that helmet right off his head, man. That fucker.
Past reminder, I did point a gun at you last time you tried that.
And then I'm gonna continue going back further in that garage and check the garage there, Warden.
You're gonna go towards the back, towards the other APC.
Yeah, as I'm cautiously looking around, as I'm shoving this bitching as I'm doing it.
Yeah, over here you're seeing like that. This is really just like heavy gym equipment. That this is they use the garage as like their gym as well. There's barbells and benches and racks that are all dead weight racks. They're just all put up against the garage door. And as you go over to this other APC, you see that it appears to be in the shop for repair. The track is off of it. Off of the. I mean, these are wheel tracks, but the two of the back tire have been removed. It looks like there's a bent axle on it, and it certainly looks out of repair. You know, you've worked on APCs as a thing. I mean, you could look at it if you want to maybe throw an intelligence roll to see how many hours it would take to fix it. And then you have the other APC that is, like I said, pretty much right there, but has the trapped person inside, Tamar, the mechanic. I don't know if the doctor told you his name, but that is who's in there.
Okay, I walk back out, and as I walk back out, I walk to the APC, the other one over here, and I open the door, and I take that mechanic by the scruff, and I throw him onto the floor, and then I hold my gun, and I'm gonna pause as I am about to shoot him, as I just look at him in the eye first.
Okay.
And I'm saying to the others as I'm doing this, the other APC is broken. We got to take this one, and I'm not leaving this guy alone, so we're killing the fucker. That's what I'm saying as I pause before I shoot. I want to hear if anybody's going to comment or anything like that.
I already told you the shooting.
Okay.
Dr. Anderson's reasoning is highly logical.
Okay, and I pull the trigger. I shoot right in his brain, forehead.
He's dead. Um, However, I'm going to make you all throw me a fear save.
Oh, I don't want to do fear
Or
save.
not, no, a sanity save. Let's make it a sanity save, not fear. You're not frightened. You're all seeing the. You think you see the logic, but you're killing a man. Uh, you know, we're not playing games here. This is real life, and you just shot a man in the head, who just appears to have some paper cuts on him. So, yeah, I'm sorry. In my world, that requires a sanity save.
Can me and Max get +10 for our military training?
Um,
Because we've had to do stuff like that in the past.
that's a no, sir. Because you don't murder people in the military. You don't. I'm sorry, and you kind of just pissed me off.
Oh shit. Well, okay, so I'll go last. You guys go first, I guess, if you got to roll.
Okay. Uh,
89. This android is.
16.
I think you programmed him wrong there.
Oh, but yeah, he's being reprogrammed, dude. As I speak, I can't do anything about it.
I think you're all being reprogrammed.
Here's mine. I'm gonna fail too.
Faulty
Is
GPU.
that a failure or a save?
I failed. I needed 18.
That's a fail. Let me see what the trauma responses are. Fear saves made by. So you guys should have made it a disadvantage. Jonathan, you need to throw me another one, and Max, you throw me
Did you
another
say
one
it
as
was
well.
10? Didn't you say
Oh,
zero
Senator,
10?
you're right. I apologize. Scientist, and you passed, so that's okay. And a Marine is a panic. No. So you guys just take 1 point of stress each. I'm not going to beat you up too hard. I really was thinking about throwing a panic roll on you, but I'll be benevolent tonight.
And I'm like, fuck,
Despite that comment about the military and murder.
I had to do it,
Who
man.
goes,
I had
who
to
goes
do
out here
it.
like that, Jonathan?
What are you giving me that look for? I had to do it. You would have killed us. Don't give me that
Of
look.
course you had to do it. Jonathan seems very cold and calculating at this point.
So it appears that you have a. I mean, you drug him out of there. Do you want to go in and look at the interior, see if you can get that charged up? I mean, it looks fit as a fiddle on the outside. It even looks like it's been washed of mud. The tires are clean and like it may have been in here for a while. That maybe Damar himself was working on it for a while.
I look in it, and I assume it's in good condition, right? It's drivable. Looks like I checked starter up. Look good.
Keys are in it. Everything.
Okay. Like this is our ticket off this base. We got to go explore the outside, but I think we should clear the inside first.
Yeah, I believe that communique we had said that they had gotten a sample and they one of the a baby one of these things. They might have taken some notes or something. I think we should check the rest of the area and see if we can find anything.
Yes, I agree. Let's look at our notes. We got a map of this place, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it here.
Here, I could put it on the table for you guys too. Anyway.
There's a med bay too.
Yeah, it says there's a med bay down past the command center.
But should you guys check the armor real quick since could be something more useful down there?
We checked the armory, everything was melted to slag.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the commons quarter? Because that's basically the only big area left, along with the med bay and the pantry, the freezer.
Yeah, we haven't checked the common quarters, but if we were thinking they had something they were experimenting on, it's probably in the med bay.
I'll get that for you again, Mega. Hang on.
The commons quarter was somewhat barricaded from the main area, the commissary. So there could be survivors in that area.
Well, I think we should check on Cornelius first. Make sure he's all right. What if one of those creatures came and got him? Although I wouldn't mind. Maybe we'd knock its helmet off.
Yeah, that's the whole plot point. Me and Max fighting about my helmet being on.
We're gonna take his helmet off. He's gonna be a bug underneath of it.
Yeah, so let's go back and check on Cornelius.
Let's do it. Then we can head on down to the med bay, I think.
Let him know what's up, what we found.
But you would think he would hear like multiple hand grenades going off. So he might be being a bastard. I mean, he
Well,
might be worried.
he did have his helmet on.
They were grenades next door.
Okay, let's go. So we're gonna go back to that room. There.
Yeah.
Warden.
Get back out.
Okay, you guys leave the APC and the assorted tools on the table, except for the hand welder, which I believe.
Before we
John-
leave, let's take this body and lock it in the other ATV.
You sure about
The
that?
The hollowed out
Okay.
body or the one you just shot?
The one we just shot.
Okay, go ahead, Doctor. Do it up.
I'm gonna drag him by his feet and see if I can lock him into the other ATV. At least we'll hear it if it turns into one of those things and tries to get out.
I wish you were playing Cthulhu, because I'd make you throw a luck roll right now, I think. But no, you're able to do that, certainly. And you put him into the disabled APV. Yeah, I mean, he's got blood and gore from the ruthless execution style death he just received. And you shuffle him up into the back hatch, and you're, I guess, ready to go forward. You're certainly a cold-blooded crew. So you guys want to leave the room after he does that? Max, you leading? Why don't you guys take the game? Tell me what you're doing. You want me to put you back in the garage?
Omega, we can't hear you. You're muted.
I'm leaving the room. I'm leading the guys. I'm gonna try and lock this garage door as we leave, like this room, that whole room, which is the garage. Yeah, lock it up, and we're going back to the command center.
All right,
Well,
I'm trying to remember where we haven't been. I remember the armory. I remember the command center. Did we go to the crew habitat?
we haven't
tell
been
you-
there.
I'll show you where you've been. Guys, you entered through the chamber here, right? You saw the ripped up chambers. There was some weapons, I think, in there, but I don't think anybody took any of that. In the commissary, you found different things. You went into the armory, and you went into the command center. You did not, and the garage. You did not go into the med bay, the freezer pantry here, nor the crew quarters.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm happy to follow Max for the time being.
Yeah, I'm with Max.
Well, I remembered that the Teamster was very careful to make sure there was no egress or ingress to that command center, and he had that door shut. And we'll just say that there's normal turn locks, those type of turn locks on these doors to allow a little drama in it, I guess. So what he's doing is you approach the command center.
So you're saying the door is locked from the inside?
Well, I don't. Well, I'll allow. They can open it. It's not. I mean, you could put certainly a from the inside. You could lock it, but it's shut and sealed with a twisting rotator knob, like a capstan, I guess you would say.
I guess you could say I try to lock it as tightly as I could because I'm paranoid right now.
So you would put the lock bar in place on the inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's paranoid.
All right. So they get to the door and it's locked. I just.
I'm
What are
banging
you
on
guys
it.
doing, Max?
Open the damn door. Open it.
I'm gonna
Cornelius.
I'm I'm gonna make a roll to see if I hear this. Let's see, what's my stats here?
There's no rolls in this game.
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin. Let me see if I hear you since I have a helmet on. Yeah. Let's see.
There's no rolls in Mothership. Well, I brought
There's
my
no rolls
coin.
unless I call for the fucking rolls, man.
Heads, I hear you. Tails, I don't. Okay, heads, you're lucky. I hear you. I look up and I wave. And go back to work.
You guys are able to text to him too. And you do have that hand welder, which is able to cut through doors.
So Cornelius is not opening the door. He's just ignoring us.
I
I just wave to you and say, like, is there something wrong?
I'm like nodding.
I kind of like walk up to the door and you hear me loudly muffling, yelling for my suit. What's the problem?
Open the fucking door.
Do you need something in here?
You guys can't hear each other, obviously. So you're just staring there to kind of gesticulate like silent movies at each other. And
I'll
I mean,
send him a
obviously
message.
each is aware of, the other is fucking not doing what they want, or contrabanding what they want.
What the hell, Max? Let's just go check the lab. Jesus.
Yeah, let the fucker, if he wants to die, die. You fucker. Let's go.
We go back to work.
We can leave him here and let him work on it. We'll go check the other base.
Okay, so let's go check. Where'd you guys want to go? The med bay, you said?
That bay down here.
Okay. Be careful. I'll lead the way. Step behind me.
Okay.
I check the door. I look in the.
Is Joe with us?
Joe?
Yeah, I follow.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
keeping
guys,
an eye on the android because I think something's wrong with him. So if he starts acting peculiar, I'm not gonna tell Max though, because Max really doesn't like Joe to begin with. But I want to keep an eye on him and try to keep him, see if he stays.
so you guys get to the med bay and you kind of looking through the porthole window. And you're kind of seeing something that looks similar to this. It's a small medical area, and it looks like there's an operating area here in the back. If you can see that, and then like the working and observation areas from over here. Uh, this there's a glass wall right here where this room seems to have its operating room. It's a sealed chamber for to keep the sterility of the room. And you see a small bank of computer terminals. All of them are powered down, and along with piles of loose paperwork and this is all what you're seeing from the outside of the room. So you guys can do what you want.
Looks kind of clear in there. Think there's nothing in here. Like, what do you need in here, anyways?
Well, they might have done some research. They said they had captured a baby one or something or another. So there may be some research on what these things are, or how to kill them, or what in the world they're doing to these people, or whatever.
Well,
Excellent thinking, Dr. Anderson. I'll look for a power source to get these computer terminals started.
Well, as you say that, I think your Android memory would remember that you saw in the garage a backup generator. You know that there's a large terraforming station above. There's a waterway. Uh, you've seen you know you think maybe the power is driven from there, and maybe that's why you're not getting it. But you did see a backup generator. But in looking at this room, have you entered this room yet?
not yet.
No,
Oh,
not yet.
okay.
We're just kind of looking in.
Okay, you see that there's a glass wall here, and you see lots of equipment back here in the back room. But yeah, you can't really see what's going on in there.
You know,
Can
we
we
don't.
open the door?
I hear
can we open the door? Is it possible?
Sure, all these doors you can open. It's not locked. You start turning the capstan, and it's moving.
Max, are you trying to stop me, or were you gonna say something?
Too bad our comms ain't working. We don't got time to mess around here. We gotta clear this place out. If there's danger walking around, we gotta kill it. I'm thinking, you Doc, and you can just do your research here while me and Joe go around and try to clear the other rooms out.
Are any of these computers on that I can use them?
There's no power. You guys are on emergency power.
Yeah.
They're powered, all powered down. It says.
The doctor will need to reroute power from the garage's backup generator into this room if he wishes to access the computer terminals.
Damn it. We don't got time for this. What about Cornelius? Maybe he could do it, but he's fucking locking himself in that damn room with his fucking helmet. Jeez, the people they bring on his fucking missions. Corporations is so fucking cheap.
Dude, that's true.
Well,
Didn't he say he just got out of school or something?
So you need
was his first mission.
So you need power, right?
I remember that.
Fuck. So we need power, and we need the Teamster to get us fucking power, and we can't wait 12 hours for him to fix that.
Can I get the power on the generator? I mean, scientists are supposed to know, from what I understand, a little bit of everything.
You could do whatever you want to do.
I could certainly assist you with that, Doctor. Mr. Max Planck.
You could try one more time that it isn't Max. What was your character's name, Omega?
Max Planck.
Max Planck, because my guy mostly didn't open for Max because of how hostile he was about the helmet. I mean, anyone else probably has a better chance.
You could perhaps reach our Teamster with more aggressive methods, and I'll hand him the cutter.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Actually, Jonathan has the welder.
Yeah, I have the blood.
Oh, okay. I'll point to the welder.
Again, I said, anyone but Max could convince me. Since
Listen, no medical. You're not there, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll just mute myself then.
I will. Let's go down there and see if we can get him to open the door again. If we need to then. I mean, it's up to you, Max. I mean, you're the military lead here. Do you want us to go ahead and try to fix the generator ourselves, me and Joe, or do we want to try and get his attention and get him to open the door?
Well, it's taking 12 hours. What was he fixing there? He was turning on the main power. Is that what he was doing for 12 hours?
You don't know what he was fixing. There was machines in there that I really was never definitive, but they were thought to be communications.
Oh, communications.
Most likely he's at work on the communication systems, which are currently down.
Well, the communications can wait. If we don't get our job done here, there'd be nothing to communicate anyway. So yeah, let's get him to turn the emergency power supply on so you guys get to work in that lab. So yeah, let's go back and try to convince them to open the door. If not, we're breaking in.
All right, let's go back down there. And I guess since he didn't respond to Max, I guess me or Joe can kind of bang on the thing and kind of wave at him to open and kind of try to wave him to come open the door.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you guys go first because he doesn't like me, so you try to...
Do we have the messaging system still intact? The text-style messaging system with one another?
I allow it.
Okay, because I did want to send him a message earlier, so maybe he just didn't see it, but possibly he's seen it now. I want to explain to him very quickly our situation, that we were attacked, there's hostiles aboard, we're trying to access the med bay. I'll give him like a second update. We're trying to reroute power to the med bay and we need his help.
Okay, Matt Bar, do I see that?
Yeah, you have, I mean, you're working furiously. We'll allow that it beeps like a text, and it grabs your attention because you got your helmet on. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of get up. I look at the door, and I might make a motion to back up. Do you guys back up?
Oh yeah.
I unbar the door. I hit my gun out. Is Max near you?
Well, Max is over here to the right of me.
I'll keep him far away. I don't like him. What do you
You
guys
have your
need?
you're pointing your gun at them?
Like I'm like a bit paranoid right now because all these
Easy.
guys. I saw your message. None of you's like fucked in the head or something.
We all
It's not
managed
really
to survive.
my expertise to fix generators. There's a generator down here, which I believe is the backup generator for the entire complex. If you could take a little while and get it up and running.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
med bay down here we want to check out, but I can't check the computers without power.
The
Okay,
communication
but
systems themselves will rely
Joe's
on
gotta
it.
continue working on these power while I check out the power thing. It's a computer's error thing. So would they be able to fix it since Joe has expertise in trained in computers?
Well, you're the greenhorn on the crew. So I don't know. Joe would look at you. Joe's been around for decades. So I don't know, Joe. It's your ball game. You want to
Two
take
pips.
instructions from a greenhorn?
2 pips. I'll uh,
You're
I'll look
outright
over
pushing
to
it.
I'll look over to Dr. Anderson and say that I'm programmed to provide a variety of services. However, the power seems most pressing. I await your orders.
Fine, but can you please just look at the communications devices and see what you can do while I'm looking at the generator?
Teamster Cornelius, certainly we will get this station up and running again, but the power must be our primary concern. Communication
Fix the
systems
computer.
themselves
Yeah,
will
fix it if you
rely on
can.
it.
I'm going to the generator. Okay. I kind of like scooted my way outward. I'm like my face toward Max as I'm scooting toward the vehicle bay.
And I try to hit his helmet as he walks by.
I'm a gun pointed at you, man. Like I'm like staying far away as I can.
What do you want to do, Max?
Nothing. I'm letting him go. As long as they're
All
getting
right.
him to cooperate, I'm content.
All right. So, Cornelius, tell me what you do.
Okay. I'll go over to the generator and I can examine it.
So you open it, you go into the garage, and you let me put you on the board here. Hang on, I got you. You go over to the garage and you go over towards the generator, and you see that the generator. You do a quick look at it. Seems to be well maintained, greased. It just seems to be no gas, and it's a backup generator, and it looks like you should be able to get it has a pull start as well, so it doesn't need an electric charge to get it started. It'll provide its own friction start, and yeah, so you could certainly fill it with gas if you like.
I look at the others. Are you
The others
sure you want?
are the others with you? I don't know if they even came with you into the
I
room.
came with it.
Well, the okay, so the two of you are in the room.
I'm standing out. I don't want to be anywhere near him.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll be
are you
with
sure
Matt.
you
I'm
want
guard.
power?
I'm guarding the door.
Are you sure you want power to the whole facility? Oh, out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be fine. They had this place locked down pretty good, so I don't think it's an issue.
I don't know, because I believe somewhere in orientation they mentioned we should power up one system at a time before pitting out the whole base.
Well, that'd be true, but I mean, we need to get to these computers, and we kind of have to get to them now.
Okay, I think I can just work with the fuse. Is there a fuse box I can work with just for the medical lab?
What you're seeing is that the backup generator goes into the yeah. There's a it's not a fuse box, obviously. It's a breaker of sorts. It's beyond what you would think of as a circuit breaker because it's future tech, but it's essentially a circuit breaker board. You wouldn't know it. Just like most. Home. All you guys show me pictures of your home circuit boards and how well they're labeled. They're always wrong. Half the time, half of them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this isn't labeled. Like you got crossouts, you got stickers that seem to have fallen off, replaced, and yeah. So I mean, you can try and do what you want, but you're not too sure if you're able to really control. You got to get it running first. So you got to fill with gas and you got all these questions. You guys sitting around, and there's times. The clock's ticking. I mean, you can hear Mox in the back of your head. Mox in the back of your head saying, "Lord, Buddy, get this shit done, boys." So what do you want to do?
I'm looking at him like, fuck. I guess I'm starting it all at once.
Corbin, let's
Okay.
go. Time is of an essence. You don't have any idea about how much kind of time is of an essence. You don't want to see what we just saw. Do you see that big
It's okay.
splatter over there?
I heard some booming. I don't give a shit. I just want to get out of here.
There's a bug about 8 feet tall over there that could take your head off. That's what's in those pieces.
Stop talking.
The damn thing started.
As I pour the gas in, and I like starting as he's yelling at me.
Okay, and as you pull that ripcord and the generator starts going, you start to see the lights start to flicker as the power starts to stream through the building. But then all of a sudden, the volume of this like death metal music just starts screaming through every loudspeaker in the thing. And it just comes on instantly, soon as the power kicks in, and it's just screaming in your ears. And I need a fear save from everyone in the room. Everyone not in the room on the base. It just shakes you out of your souls. You guys are tense, and this, it just comes on like. So let me see those fear saves, suckers.
I'm imagining Joe as played by Tony Shalhoub, where he just starts bobbing his head.
Chill it.
Man.
Monk. We got the monk.
Holy shit! I got a critical success.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens there? Do you lose the stress if you get that? No.
That'd be cool.
I roll an advantage. Sorry, let me just roll.
Actually, I like that. We will let you. Tell me why you lose the stress from hearing this death metal, Cordy.
Apparently, I'm a big death metal fan. When I hear this, my tensions are eased up, and it's a. Ironically, that's what calms me down when I'm in a stressful situation.
And Jonathan, I don't know how many rolls you're throwing, but none of them look good. None of them look good. You can keep rolling, but they all look like failures to me, sir. So, did you get a point of stress? And how did that death metal affect you?
I hear that damn bug screaming all over again, and I'm I just like hands on my ears, and I scream, I was like, and shaking my head and just walking around.
Did I see a fear save from my android? There it is. Oh, you're cool as a cucumber, aren't you?
So I lose a point of stress?
Who, Cordy? Yeah, you do. You lost the point where that. I like that with that critical success. I'll give you the point off. And you like it at death metal? That worked. You told the story. That's what I like.
I like,
You
turn
lose
that
the
fucking
voice.
music down. You're gonna track every bug from shitloads Earth all the way to here.
As they're flipping the fuck out, I'm going back to the circuit breaker, and I'm like on and off until the sound goes off.
So you are able to flip things on and off, and you eventually hear the sound go off. None of you are in any of the rooms, so you don't know which room really went off. But yeah, so the sound, the death metal went off, and with the decreasing crescendo of those C chords. I'm sorry, Cordy, you're gonna get that stress back now. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. I like being a prick sometimes. I enjoy being a prick. Yeah. So you guys are Tui is the doctor and the teamster have just got the juice up and running. You heard that it sounds like electric. Your garage is brightly lit. The hallways are no longer flickering, but are maintaining a nice steady stream as that flickering light that is so annoying to most. It makes some of you feel the beginnings of some kind of psychosis in your head. But yeah, So it looks like you got power. Our android sees some power starting to course through the command center as he stands outside looking at the very unfinished repairs of uh, of our Teamster Cornelius. And yeah, I'd like to know what you guys are gonna do next.
Kind of go out there, my hands beating like up, like still got the very of my head. I'm like singing my hell, you can't even like. Boo, boo, boo. I'm going back to the command center, a bit more in a cheery mood.
Yeah,
And
I,
I'm just
um,
walking down to the med bay, trying to shake this sound out of my head.
I'm like, I look out at Joe. I'm like, and I'm like, the text. I'm going through the text since I didn't want to bother through the helmet. Like, are you able to make these repairs a little bit easier?
you're still about I think at least 10 hours away from I mean you got broken screens on here, so you're not going to be able to. You don't think this is going to be maybe the most efficacious rebuild here? You don't know what other kind of capabilities are, but I mean you got blown out screens and you got a 10-hour job ahead of you and you're on the clock.
Hold on.
Uh,
Quick question here. Did
yes, sir.
was Joe able to help in any such way? This is the first one I have too.
That's what I'm saying. He just kept working while you were there, and it's the same timeline. He wasn't able to add or shorten your timeline. Uh,
Second
I don't even
question.
know if he was working on it. Actually, to tell you the truth.
Would I be able to use the screen from the commentary? If you know, from that lunch station that seems to be all to replace one of the screens?
It's no, it's not the same type of functionality. I mean, you might be able to jury rig something, but I would think that would add hours to any kind of project you have just to get the basic functionality of electricity coursing through the systems. We're not playing a game of electrical build and take apart here, so. You got a project that's taking you 12 hours. I'm not really sure where you're trying to go.
Okay, I just thought also use some other spare parts to make it a bit more easier.
Like I said, you could certainly try and use that food dispensing screen as a computer terminal, but think of it yourself, using your refrigerator touch screen to as a computer screen. What's the feasibility of that?
Well, I don't know. It depends if it's connected to the system. Let's say,
Come on. Seriously, think about it. Look at your computer. Look at your refrigerator thing to change from ice to this, that, the other thing. And how would you, in this day and age, how would you make that work as a computer screen?
well, they all say they share the same server, but if it doesn't, it wouldn't really work.
Well, here, let me put it this way. Since we're not going to play roundabout, um, I think that the functionality, whether it be an Android, an interface, a Nintendo 3000, each thing is built with its functionality in mind. Can you transform functionality? Yes, but you can't make a car into an airplane.
I mean, you can
So,
do them on a calculator, ironically.
so we're going to play word games.
No, not really. If you say I can't do it, I can't do it.
All right, I'm just going to try and understand what's going on. So, you got a 10-hour job ahead of you. You want to try and do something different? Yeah, I mean, I like creative ideas. I just don't see how you could make like I said, a food dispensing vending machine thing work as a computer function. If you want to attempt that, we can certainly do it. I'll let you throw it at a disadvantage or something like that.
That's where
That's your
this
game.
is.
That's your game. So, what are we doing, guys?
Well, if Cornelius is going back to fix the communications, um, Jonathan, I said you go do your research in the med lab, and I'm going to take Joe. And the one room that we need to really check out is that crew quarters. There could be some weapons, ammo in there that we need to fight in case we see any of those more spider creatures.
Yeah, I'm going to the med bay.
Yeah, you go to the med bay and you try to find any information you can. What the fuck's going on here? And Joe, you're coming with me.
All right, since the med bay is closer, we're gonna follow the course of good Jonathan Anderson. And as like I said, as he gets up to the med bay, he looks through the window and he can see a room that seems to be divided between an operating room and a thing. Joe, do you go in? You don't see anybody's.
Uh,
You don't see any people in here. Like I said, you got a medical area with an operating room inside and an observation and analysis lab outside that seem to be separated by, like I said, this glass wall that's right across this back of this room here. Okay,
okay.
just
So
making a book.
I'm going to
Yeah, let
open the
me
door,
let
but I
me
have
let
my
me.
gun in my hand.
Yeah, all right, all right. You sense a sense of calm in the room there. You don't see any movement or anything around. You do see the sense of disaster and detritus all over. Um, you see on the inside of the glass wall, you see a small bank of commuter turtles that you'd seen previously. They appear to be at least powered up now. You also see loose paperwork and a logbook on the table over there. And then you see behind that med bay there, behind the glass, it appears that there's entire operating area has been destroyed. There's remnants of the equipment that are smashed. Others are almost fused together by that webbing you've seen in the armory. And inside you see all kinds of equipment. I could give you a detail as you get closer to it. And then it looks like it's just been there's equipment thrown all over the place. There's a table, thrown up against the wall, upturned surgical bed. You see what look like large specimen tubes that have something floating in them. You see like a large lead container. You see something, being your scientific background. You see what you know to be a Likovich MedPod 1080. It restores wounds for weeks spent upon. It looks like it's just broken as shit though. And you also see a bioprinter, a Sato bioprinter, in fact, one of the best of its line, a T3, and that prints synthetic biological material. You see some looks like empty stem cell cartridges that are thrown around, on every which way around it, and that thing's broke to shit as well. And then you see next to those specimen tubes, you see this real large lead container. Almost looks like a 5 gallon cooler jug that you push your finger on and take your drinks out of. It doesn't have that attachment, but it's that big.
All right. But I don't see anything moving.
You don't see anything moving.
Okay, I want to kind of scan the room. I'm kind of leaving the door open at the moment. I'm
Right.
gonna walk around the room and scan the room and see if I see anything.
When you say scan the room, you mean with your eyeballs?
I mean, walk around and have the gun pointing around the room.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I didn't know if you had equipment or anything like that. No, I mean, I pretty much just told you what you saw
All right.
everywhere as you walked into the room. You're going to have to get closer to look at anything, the books or the
Right.
equipment or anything like that. But I gave you the general thing of the room that you see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around the room to see if I see anything that stands out. And if I don't, then I'm going to grab the logbook and bring it over beside me and see if I can hack into one of these computers if I need to.
So you grab the logbook, and then
Yeah.
what do you do with the logbook? You just grab it.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what they've been putting in here.
All right, so as you look at the logbook, you see that it's notes from Dr. Edom. who seems to be excited at the discovery of something they call the Krebs or crab song, which is a shrill shriek that carcinogens use in order to replicate. This may be the first time, you guys have truly, you know, you heard some rumors about these carts and things, but, this is really the first time. Now, Edom in it, as you read through, you get the gist that he's begrudgingly admits that the base's android, Hinton, did much of the legwork for this discovery, but that it was Edom who truly put two and two together about their Krebs leader, which means crab song, being used for their replication. And then you said you went on to the computers, and you do have power to the computers. And what are you trying to find?
I'm trying to find any research that they had because I know that they had captured one, especially into one how this replication process works, if it can be reversed, and anything about these creatures that'll help us kill them.
So I'm going to allow that you're able to get into the computer here. This is way off track for the game, but I can make it work. And you're checking through files and such, and it's obviously apparent that things are being done, but not being recorded on the computer systems. Uh, you got a book full of handwritten notes that, after reading through them, they contain that information I just gave you, but they're very circumspect about, these are just assumptions you're reading. It seems that you know this is their job here was to terraform this planet. It was not to investigate these species. Um, that you find talk in the computer about the how hard it was to how they're resistant to most forms of uh, weaponry, and that they I have to stop saying "oh." That's what I discovered listening to my podcast. But what you're finding on the computers, you're seeing just logs of the '08 and '02 levels as they rise and fall, and how you see a little more statistical evidence of how just before when the communications went down for credit base and Heron terraforming station, that the '08 levels had begun to rise precipitously, and that '02 started to suffer. Some of those things seem to coincide, now that you look at it, with the timeline of your own mission. And unless you're really looking for anything else specific, I'm not sure where you're going to find here on this computers, because it really just seems to be monotonous, routine duty rosters, things like that, and maybe more information as found in a logbook would be found maybe in a more less digital form throughout the base.
All right. If I can't find anything else, then I will assume that they may have kept the actual notes, especially this doctor who seems to want to keep this to himself as his thing about this crab song. And I will spend some time, then I'll head towards where I know they were searching the crew quarters.
I mean, there's other stuff in this room you haven't really checked out yet, but okay.
Oh, no, I want to check the room over thoroughly, whatever I have not checked. I'm
Well,
going to thoroughly go through it.
like I said, there's um, you go over. I mean, as you try to get over towards the med bay that has the glass wall, um, you see that it's locked. And all that equipment and the tables and all the specimen containers and all that, they're all behind that glass wall that are in that room. I mean, you do have a hand welder and weaponry that could certainly get through that if you care to do so.
Okay. So I don't see anything in there, do I?
I told you what you saw. You saw you know the crashed up equipment, some of that webbing that seems to fuse some of the shit together. You saw that med pod. You saw the bio printer. You saw the lead container, the specimen containers. There's an upturned surgical bed. You know, there's some you know other you know cabinetry and you know equipment like that throughout the room. It looks like.
Okay, so logically looking at this, it looks like they had a specimen in there and it escaped, but it doesn't look like it got out.
So you're talking to yourself?
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself. I'm just saying it out loud.
Okay.
So I'm looking in there and I was like, well, they had something in there. It appears to have gotten loose, but I don't see where it's gotten out. So I'm going to leave it the hell in there, and I'm going to turn around. I'm going to walk out this room
Okay.
and go look for the doctor's private quarters.
And leave all the clues behind. All right. So these guys, I got. Why don't I move over to Max? I'll move you back to the big board, Max. You said you wanted to go to the crew quarters, I believe.
And I'm taking Joe with me. Come on, Joe.
You,
You're
you
with
dragging
me.
Joe? You dragging Joe? I already told Joe what to do. I don't know. I'm feeling that you know androids have rights too. Joe, what are you doing?
Well, I'm the commanding officer here.
Yeah, I don't listen to my wife either, but she's the commanding officer.
Let's go,
Wait.
Mr. Plank. I'm sure there's important things to find in the crew's quarters.
Very good, very good.
I hope
All
you're
right.
I hope you're okay, Joe. You feel better? Did the doc fix you up?
I feel as though I've just awoken from sleep after the reboot. Please remind me, Sia, what is your rank?
My rank is lieutenant.
Ah, yes, of course, Lieutenant Plank. After you.
All right. So you guys, as you you walk through the past the armory and down to the thing, you see that as you get to the corridor, you see the sort of barricade that was made on the inside the commissary to sort of block this entrance. But this is one of the few areas where there is truly not a door for the crew quarters. And as you begin to walk in, you see the what is the Marine barracks, and you see 5 bunks, desks. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You see. Oh, I missed something. The main habitation unit of the base. You can see there's a little sign on the front wall that it's got A through F. It sort of corresponds with your hand drawn map there. There's graffitis over the entrance that say comms off, written over the entrance to the doorway. And as you enter in and go in there, the first thing you see are group showers and toilets. And that's in that 6B there. 6A. Where's 6A? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you go into the Marine Enlisted Barracks. There's just 12 bunks in there. Everything is in disarray. It's lewd. There's lewd pasters all over the wall, both men and women, naked. It smells like, you know, sweat and body odor. You know, there's bunks everywhere. You can, you know, you'd have to dig through the bunks and they got foot lockers and all. You can check through them. You see that there's some other rooms too. That there's right across from B in C. It looks like it's Second Lieutenant Kaplan's quarters, and it appears very tidy in here. There's a desk, and on the desk you see there's a photograph of Kaplan with his partner. and two small children. There's also a on the desk that looks like a planetary survey. You're just doing a quick seat before you do your hard search. You run through the back, you get down to E, and this looks like it was the research team's barracks. There's 5 bunks here. And you see some shit laying around. There's some gaming units around. It looks like that. And then you go over to Unit F, and this appears to be Dr. Edom's quarters. In here you see weather charts and things like that, different scientific things posted on the wall. But yeah, you guys can tell me what you really want to dig into if you want to start digging through stuff.
I tell
Oh, and
Joe.
then there's and I forgot the bathroom. Sorry. You see, there at the end is the group showers and toilets.
I tell Joe, why don't you check the all the information areas like the research team and the doctors. I'm gonna check the military people and see if we can get some weapons to counter these creatures. We need some grenades.
All right, so we're gonna go. We're gonna follow Max Planck as he goes into 6B, the Marine Enlisted Barracks. 12 bunks here, like I said, and it stinks, man. But you're used to this smell. Hell, you smell like this. But you start going through these bunks and opening up foot lockers. It ain't like you're checking under mattresses to find little hiding things, but you're doing a hell of a thorough search, right? And what you find here, start writing this down, boys. Is I will give it to you, but it won't be tonight. You find 2 frag grenades,
All right.
a butterfly knife, a Jump Humpers porno mag. Oh, actually, several of them. Richter Blue cigarettes, 8 packs of those suckers. And you find a small journal in the one bunk that details a relationship between HM3 Brookman, who's the medic, and Corporal Ivanovic. After you make your way through all this, you run over to what appears to be Kaplan's things. Like I said, you see his photograph of Kaplan, who it must have been a much happier time before that lead found its way into his cranium. And you find his partner and the 2 small children. You find a Samson 6 planetary sword. There's a locked drawer. And do you open it?
Well, it's locked. I'm gonna shoot the lock open.
You're going to shoot the lock. That is your last bullet. You have 1 mag left in your. You might have 1 more bullet in that, but I think that was your last bullet in there.
Really? Then I won't shoot. If I just got that.
No, you ain't that. No. We don't go backsies. No,
Okay.
what's it? No takesies, no backsies.
Okay.
Yeah, so you shoot that open, and you're able to open the drawer, and you find
Hopefully some ammo.
a revolver with 12 bullets. You see a personal locator tracker, and it says hidden on it. It's a little like handheld screen, and you see hidden blinking in the foothills of a nearby mountain. And that's Kaplan's office, which is D. And then there's the Marine officers' barracks. As you go into there's 5 bunks in here for all the commanders, the higher ranked officers. You see desks. You find a duty roster. You find a list of essential personnel, which kind of correlates with your mission criteria. The only essential personnel are Dr. Edom and Hidden. And then parenthetically, it says Logic Core only. And then we're going to go to JO3 as he enters the quarters of Dr. Edom. He finds weather charts, and it appears week after week of storm upon storm upon storm, as if the storms never end here. The other thing he finds here in Edom's quarters, the lone thing, is a birthday card to Olson, whose party seemed to be interrupted, as you remember, as you traipse through the commissary on your entry. And the birthday card to Olson is unopened. But as you open it and read it, JO3, it says, "Thanks for always listening. Hopefully, they'll let me leave after this one." So obviously, this card was never delivered to Mr. Olson. As you make your way to the research team barracks, you find 5 bunks. Here you find a Bayo Newman BZT gaming console. You find a marijuana plant that seemed to have grown well, but is now dried and just about ready for smoking. You find a copy of The Auctioneer by Joan Sampson, and also an anime body pillow from Miedo Tyson no Densetsu. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, so this is what you have found in the crew habitat.
Well, I got most of it down. I don't think I got it all. If you can copy and paste that later, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll get that all for you guys.
Thanks.
And if you need something, I'll gladly recommend it from the list.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems that you have cleared out the quarters of the of the uh, of the barracks well, and found a booty of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what do you want to do with that? Do you want to grab all that stuff? Do you want to? I mean, are you taking all that? What are you taking? We got here. I can give this to you.
I'm taking everything, man. I'm not gonna leave nothing. Everything I
You
can
take
carry,
it?
I'm
You
taking.
want the porno mags and all?
Yeah, you never know. Might
All right. The
later.
gaming console. All right. We can say between you and the Android, you can certainly carry all this shit. No problem. Put a few pillow. I would think you maybe grab a few pillowcases to fill up the pillowcases and tie them onto the Android's utility belt, his back utility belt, and yeah, you're able to carry off all these goodies. So what are we gonna do next, boys?
Well, I'm like, Joe.
We're gonna say another hour has passed, and it looks like our teams are maybe only have about another 8 hours to go on his project. And so we're about at the what 50th hour. Your game, boys.
Well,
I'm
after I
saying,
finish them out, I'm walking back down towards the crew quarters where they're at. Am I going to meet them halfway or something?
Yeah, I mean, you while they were doing there, I would think you had showed up and helped them with their search, and yeah, you're down there with them. You had said that they were in there for a while. I just wanted to run through the laundry list, we'll say.
All right, and then we didn't find any thing about these creatures in Edom's personal quarters.
No, all you found was when you asked that question, you just hear that you found some weather charts and a birthday card saying he wished that they let me leave after this. Unopened to a missing Olsen, whose birthday party banner was so unharmoniously hung from the habitat of the commissary.
All right, since there's no like searcher spot or anything in this, I assume that we can assume there's nothing hidden in these rooms.
Yeah, there's no really hint. You get it.
Yeah. Well, Lieutenant, your call. What are we doing?
well, I
Are we going to
got.
stay here for 12 hours or are we going to go to this other base?
No. At least the base is clear. I got this personal locator, and it's beeping. Somebody.
Are you going to ask him? Are you going to ask him what happened in the med lab?
In the med bay?
Yeah, he didn't tell you.
Well, as I'm coming in, I'm just explaining to him what I got. I got a lot of crap here. We got some grenades. I got cigarettes. If anybody smokes, maybe Cornelius smokes, and he'll take that helmet off to smoke. I hope he smokes. And I got this personal locator. It seems to be beeping out there in the mountains. Somebody's out there. What'd you find, Doc? Any information?
It looked like they were doing some sort of research. They found out something about this screech that these bugs make, which apparently is how they reproduce. And I look at the android, and there wasn't a whole lot about it. I have all the notes that they've written down. I was hoping something would be in Eden's personal quarters, but apparently there's not. So there was also an enclosed area that looked like something had been in there, and it had a similar like webbing that had like just like gooed a bunch of stuff. But it did look like it had broken its way out. So if it is in there, I decided to let it stay. If you want to go in there and take a look at it, we can. But I'll take my chances not finding one of those things.
You think it's safe in there? It's not gonna get out?
Well, it hasn't came out yet. So I don't know. Maybe it's sealed somehow or something. I didn't see anything in there, but it doesn't look like anything came out. So whatever did everything in there must still be in there.
You got all the information you need from this place?
I think we got all the information we're going to get from this place.
And I say we
At least
leave and weld this door shut. So if that thing does escape, it's got another barrier to get through.
I agree.
And you think we should go investigate this locator beacon with the APV, or all personal vehicle, right?
Armored personnel.
Armored personal vehicle, APV, right?
APV. Yeah, APV. Well, whose locator is it? Is there anything on it? Do we know whose locator it is?
No. Can you make anything of it?
I don't know. Take a look at it. Can I tell anything from it? I got hacking if that'll help.
It actually says hidden on like one of those. Remember those little things you used to do the punch press little strip cords? It's old tech, and it's got one of them strip labels where you have to turn for each letter to get your stamped letter in your sticker. You know what I'm talking about. I know you old guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's got a sticker on there that says hidden.
Hidden.
Yeah, it's not a sticker. It's like a little locator device, maybe like your phone or something, and it's just says hidden and it's blinking, blink, 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 and it appears to be up in the mountains north. And on this little display you have on your thing, it's got, you see above you see the highlight of this, which is the Heron terraforming station, and you see the blinking of that light well above that, north of that.
I think first we need to head to the terraforming station. That'd be my thought. I say we get out of here.
But first things first, Doc. You telling me that these creatures are native to this planet, and the scientists are just trying to study them?
I don't think they were trying to study them, but the scientists were studying them. And it seemed to be kind of, they were supposed to be doing other things like, terraforming and such. But I think the only thing I can go by is the communication, and from what I read was that they were here when they arrived. And they started killing them indiscriminately, and apparently they decided to fight back. Now, whether that shows intelligence, I'm not sure, but it definitely shows that they can work together as a hive mind of some sort.
Well, then they probably don't like us very much. And if those things are running around free out there in the terrain, we better stick to that APV.
I
And
agree.
Jonathan, you did find a few other things of interest in reading your thing about the correlation of 0802 with the timing of the quiet of Samsa 6, and you haven't shared something else that you saw in the laboratory.
I may have
So
forgot I gotten something else then.
yeah, there was several specimen containers.
I did not share that. You are correct.
Okay, we'll leave that alone then. My apologies.
And
Did, but so I'm not missing. Did these look like specimen containers for like ore or something like that, or were these organic specimen containers?
Well, you did go into the med lab. You did get
Right.
into the room that had the things, but looking through them, I'll allow that they appeared to be somewhat not truly opaque, but somewhat opaque plastic specimen containers with something that looked larval like in them. Standing, and again, they were next to a rather large lead container, about a 5 gallon lead container. And these were like 2 quart or, 2 liter maybe specimen bottles that had plastic, they appeared to be. But you didn't get close enough to really.
yeah, you went mute there, man.
I will mention that as a side note, but I don't really have any interest of messing with something I may have thought was their bug research.
Yeah, you're a computer guy. I get you. I get you 100%. I just wanted to make sure you had all the info before we went forward.
But
Yeah.
I will mention that and ask Lieutenant, do you think we should take a closer look at these things? I mean, would it be in our best interest? I didn't want to go over there by myself, but if all three of us go in there, since our teamster seems to have locked himself back in the command room.
Actually, I don't think we got time for that. I think we just lock this room right up, weld it shut, and we'll deal with it later.
I don't disagree.
GM Warden, I was just rereading our job descriptions. Did we any of the characters we find were they Dr. Eden?
No, you only found the only one on your job description was Lieutenant Commander Kaplan, who had the gunshot wound to his head. You did go into Commander's Kaplan and it had a birthday card that was unopened to Olson that said, "Thanks for always listening. Hopefully, they'll let me leave after this one." Hinton was your other priority, his logic core at least. Uh, the description said you wanted Dr. Edom and
Yeah,
or his research,
yeah,
and Lit Hinton or his logic core. Hinton, you found his locator apparently.
yeah, and he's out there. Okay, so yeah, now I get it. Uh, one of our descriptions is to get the terraformer back online too. But then Cornelius, we need him to get it back online. So I think we got to get him, and we're gonna go together, and we got to leave the communications for later. What do you think?
I think what you guys are forgetting too is that you have a Samsung mission crew list, and you're missing a shitload of people. So
We don't know who's at the terraformer either.
there might be survivors. You obviously see that something occurred here. You have met a monster, what now you know to be a carcinid, and they whether they be home based or not.
let's use this place as a home base, and you can look for the scientist that's in the mountains since he's a priority target.
Yeah, that's on the way.
Who's that? Who's that?
Mm,
Cornelius.
nobody. Cornelius ghosts.
No,
and nothing.
Cornelius has a helmet on and is in the command center by himself. So
But-
No, newbie.
But-
Just locked him away.
Is Cornelius a smoker? I'm gonna go in there and wave some packs of smokes. in front
well,
of
you
him.
did say you wanted to weld shut the med lab. Do you want to do that first?
Yeah.
All right. So you're just gonna weld lock that outer capstan.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell the doc to do it because I'm not.
Yeah, he's got the hand welder
Yeah.
with unlimited charge.
So I'm going to do that to the best of my ability.
Yep, you are able to do that with no roll, sir. You use your hand welder and you put two little divots in the thing, and that thing is sealed well. Whether you get back in there, it'd be a hell of a time.
All right, and then I go back to the. Is the door open now in the command center?
I don't remember how he's left. I think it was left open. I don't remember him
Yeah.
reclosing it.
Yeah, I didn't say it, but I would assume my guy would, but that's up to you, Bard.
But whatever you want. If you want it closed, it's closed.
It's closed. It's got the bar on it.
Okay, I'm banging again. Open up! Come on, you fucker! Wasting my time.
I look at him and I just I say, I make the hand motions that I'm not done yet. And I give him like the hour signs of how long it's gonna take.
I'm like, now.
Okay. I pick my gun up and open the door slightly ajar and what do you want?
I show him some packs of cigarettes. Does he smoke? Is it like I'm gonna make a roll if you smoke or not?
No.
Because if you really want these smokes, you're gonna take that helmet off.
You know, let's do. Hang on. Let's take the agency away for a second, if you would allow me. I'm sorry, but it does make it sort of fun. Why don't we just do we'll do a Delta Green luck roll, 50-50. He's a smoker if he's 51 or higher.
I was gonna say my guy only smokes weed since he just got out of college and you kind of welded up the only room with weed in it, but you don't know that.
No, the
Very-
weed,
you
they
go back
have
and
the
get
weed,
that.
and that's from the crew quarters. Yeah. So roll me a D100, sir. Let's see if you're a smoker.
Well, Megan said he got everything from the crew quarters. Does that mean he
Yeah,
has
he got-
that weed he harvested?
He got that weed.
Okay, where's the D100 thing again?
I don't think he took the whole plant. He just probably took the buds off. He even left the what we call the shake, the
25.
the sweet leaf. Yeah. All right. So you're not a smoker.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Okay, well,
You go.
I'm texting them. We got change of plans. We need to repair the terraformer. Presto. So we need you to do that.
Okay, but I think we have a better chance of contacting any survivors ahead of time if we fix the communications. I'm really not that far off, and if Joe and the scientist could help me with the computer side of the problems, I think it'd be done much sooner.
Well, I don't want to sit around for 10 hours while you do that.
Well, technically it's 8, but not really that long.
We don't have time. We need to go.
Well, I like to follow protocol.
Really, we don't have time.
And I don't like the way you're cornering me.
Listen,
I slam the door back shut and I close it and I put a text as
if I can, I will stick my foot in the door if he tries to.
When you open the door, I mean,
it's
we
slightly
can do-
ajar, so I'd assume it'd be easy for me to close it and just put the pry bar on back on.
You did say slightly ajar, and you were arguing through it. Do a strength roll, too. Well, Baby, what do you want to do? Max, what do you want to do? Do you want to try and hold the door closed, or do you want to let it shut it?
Well, I'll try to hold it open
And maybe,
too.
and maybe weld them in there.
I'll try. No, I want it open, so I'm gonna try to hold it open if I can. And
All right, why don't you both throw me in a strength roll, and whoever gets higher is gonna we'll go off successes first, but then we'll go off highs and lows.
Let's see, stat
Stat save roll, yeah, stat save roll, sir.
Oh, I am not doing well here.
Or reset.
I passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just want to know Max Planks because he was like the most
Oh,
forward.
okay.
Yeah, that's all good though. But he got the 12 versus the 46, and I believe that's a failure anyway on. Oh, I'm sorry, on bonus man. What you get?
89.
89. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to Max take it.
I just take the door and I open it up.
I would think with that thing, with that strength roll, you know, that's a significant difference in digits. We'll say so. I'll allow you to do what you want there. I mean,
Yeah.
you forcefully push it open.
This way, yeah, I force it open and I lost my cool. I'm like, I'm gonna rip that helmet from his head.
As he's literally looking at me angry, I pull my gun on him, and I'm like, "Stay the fuck back!"
Let's do a something. I don't know.
We're going to do a speed roll first, the two of you, and we're going to go straight numbers on this one. So just do me a stat save roll against your speed.
Oh, I failed it by 2.
All right, but we're going to see where it comes up. Corny?
Where's my thing again? Hold on.
It's a general tab sheet.
Yeah, just hit stat save roll. That's it, and just compare it with your speed.
You keep beating me here.
We both
All right.
failed, but
Well, listen, you got. I'm going off straight numbers here. They're both failures. Nobody critted. So Max, you get the advantage here. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take his helmet and I'm gonna rip it right off his head. I'm gonna like unscrew it with strength or combat, whatever you want me to use. Combat.
Yeah, it's a combat roll. So roll me a post combat now. I mean, Cornelius, what do you want to do? Do you want to struggle, fight? Do you want to submit?
At this point, he is triggering. He's pinning me down to the ground. I'm feeling super anxious right now, so I have a panic attack just to go straight in for my gun and just fire the whole thing at him.
Well, since you called it, throw me that panic roll.
Yeah, come on.
4.
Or what's your stress level, sir? Let me look at that.
Higher
Your
4?
stress is 4. Oh, it is exactly 4. And that reduced stress point, Mr. Cornelius, seemed to have served you really well, sir. So you do not panic. And where were we? You do not panic. But what do you continue to say what you were going to do?
I shoot him.
You're going to try. So you're going to do a post combat now. So post combat.
Well, I won the speed, right? So I get first, right?
Speed was for the first thing to see if you got the advantage on the first action, and then we went into the second action. Remember, and you the speed was to get on top of them. So now it's a combat roll, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm gonna combat it. I need 58 as my combat.
But hold on, but his action said he was going for my
7-6.
helmet.
Yeah,
Helmet, yeah. So he did not rip his helmet off, but and as he fails to rip your helmet off, you attempt to shoot him.
I failed too.
So why don't you guys resolve this scene? And it's midnight, so tell me how this scene works out.
like, how dare you shoot a fucking superior officer? I'm your commander. I'm just taking your damn helmet off.
I shoot I literally look at my gun again. Touch me one more fucking time and I swear to God I'll kill you.
All right, now you guys both had a word. The doctor is just outside there. I believe our android is lingering around the hallways, talking to himself maybe. But doctor, do you want to do anything in this instance of madness?
Yeah, I'm gonna step in and say, stop this stupidity! Jesus! We have got to get out of here! Listen, you, Corn. These guys infect people. They infect people by screaming. I am probably infected. Max may be infected also, so.
You're
the android may be infected.
You're making things worse, man.
I know, make it pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out, obviously.
Panic panic roll.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? And don't forget, guys, some of you have already may have earned your free roll. So yeah,
Oh,
throw
yeah,
that
it's
out
a
there.
critical success.
You
Oh,
know what?
yeah.
You get to tell me how you're able to reduce a point of stress there.
Just like I start talking to them, I'm like, listen, there are people here. Then if we approach this scientifically, we can find something to cure everyone because you're already probably infected for being on this planet.
So, Mr.
You're not going to
Cornelius,
get out of here. You're not going to get
Mr.
out of here if you don't work with us.
Hang on,
Counterpoint to
Cord.
my panicking fellow.
Cord, hang
I'm
on a
fucking
sec.
infected. I'm the one that has this fucking helmet on. You're the guy's probably fucking infected.
Listen, if you don't come with us and help us, the communications are not going to work. You're not going to get off this planet.
Bullshit. I can call the ship. I
This
think that's
is
like
not a
what? My gun's like still
communications
pointed.
array. This is not a communications array. Look outside. There is no antenna. This is not a communications
Says you
array.
like in
You
the
know that.
PhD in engineering.
You know that. We have got to get to the terraforming station.
Then you can get there by your fucking self. I swear to God, I can send up. And I'm like stuttering at this point. No, you're this bastard touching me.
You
Trying to move my
need
hand. You're the fucking
to
gonna affect it.
listen.
You're gonna affect me if I get close to you.
Max,
You're going to be eaten if you don't help. We are fine at the moment.
I'm pointing my gun at this
We
point, and
work
I'm telling you
together.
to back the fuck off. Like I don't know about you guys, but I'm already in full panic mode. Again, I may have succeeded that save.
better
but
stop
I'm
using
very
that
much-
word there.
I
Stop
feel
using that word, Modus Man.
okay.
Well, he is panicking. He is panicking.
He is panicking.
Again, I'm
I think
on
that's
reasonable.
well.
Roll me. You know what? I'm not gonna make him throw a panic save. Throw me a fear save, Cornelius.
At
We're
this
gonna
point,
get that. We're gonna start getting that stress level up for you. And Max, what are you gonna do? Okay, throw me that. Throw me that. Tell me how that fear save. Whether or not you're truly
Yeah.
fearful, sir.
While he's
I'm
on
really
this. Oh.
Oh, take that point, Cornelius. You're back to 5, sucker.
I'm like, Doc,
Again, you're not
fuck.
helping.
We need things fixed here. We got a crazy engineer.
I'm like backing up with my gun still pointing at them.
You know, we have experience. The android has an experience. How did we get stuck with this idiot? Listen, you can listen to your commander, or you can stay here and die. You're going to die, definitely, if you do not come with us.
Feels a lot safer in here. I didn't hear no problems in here. There's a door, safe door, and I didn't have to fucking worry about fucking psychos.
And
do
you know, what,
you want to starve
hang
to
on.
death or get eaten by bugs?
guys, I think our android has come to the scene, and as he sort of, you guys are all arguing and acting certainly not very logical as an android would view it, but JO3, would you enter the scene and at the same time, Cornelius, roll me that 50-50 again. And this is just your sense of, oh, never mind. You're not going to smell anything. Forget it. All right. JO3, as you walk into the room and see all this human madness, what do you say?
We must work together if we're to overcome this obstacle. Collectively, we are strong, but divided, we are weak.
Yeah, I couldn't working on Cornelius. You didn't hear any of that logical stuff. All he's hearing, you three are infected. He's not infected. He has the suit on. Some guy wants to infect him and just try to rip his helmet off. And he has the only thing he's willing to protect himself to do that. Keep you from
Max.
taking off that helmet.
Max, you are the BMOC, as we would say. You got the rank, the military control. May not be the sharpest on the block, who I think Jonathan Henderson is certainly maybe. Although he seems to be quite disconcerted by this young whippersnapper not trusting in the books behind him. I said to my sister one time, I got the books behind me. I'm still here to this fucking day. But anyway, Yeah, so I think everybody's a little bit, and our JO3 has walked in and saw you guys all acting like children. And Max, you're in charge. How are we going to finish this scene tonight, guys?
I'm gonna go up to these two and I'm gonna whisper to them. You know what? I say we just leave him here. He's got that fucking gun. I'd like to take that gun from him, but I can't. So,
Lieutenant,
any one of you.
we can't fix the communication array, I don't think, without him. Let him keep his helmet on if he's going to be fine, and he'll come with us.
You mean the
The
terraforming
Yes.
array?
Right.
You can't
This
fix
is
that.
not-
That's what I'm asking you. You can't
I
fix it.
don't think so.
What about you, Joe?
I don't know a whole lot about heavy machinery. I can work with Joe here, and I have some knowledge of it, but I'm not. He has a lot more knowledge than we do. We need to let him keep his stupid helmet on and get him to come with us,
Okay, but we're taking his gun.
and then we can weld him in a room before we leave.
What?
We're whispering. You can't hear us. You have a helmet on.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to take his gun, man.
Let him keep his gun, or he's never gonna come with us.
He's not coming with us now. We gotta force him.
Well,
If we're gonna force him,
let's try to talk to him. Think about Lieutenant. If we try to say, okay, we don't want you to feel unsafe, but we just keep your helmet on, keep your gun. We just need you to come with us so we can get on with our mission. This is not helping us right now.
well, Joe,
Nobody's gonna be safe if we don't get this get going.
that's your plan then. I think Joe's the best one to talk to him because Joe, I think you got the most calm voice ever. You could just make me fall asleep listening to your voice.
Joe, I know you have it in it, and I really know you have it in you now. Use some of that new programming you have.
And then the three of us are gonna walk. Or we're just gonna stand. Two of us are gonna stand back, and then Joe.
We'll stand back. We'll let the android
Joe's
walk
gonna,
up top.
yeah, Joe's gonna walk up and try to convince him to go. And I guess that would be the end of the session, right? Because it's getting kind of late. Or around there, unless you got something to say.
Let's just Joe finish it.
Okay, Joe.
I'll approach Mr. Cornelius as he's lying prone,
I'm not really
perhaps
prone.
babbling.
I'm standing with the gun pointed. I'm like literally shift the gun right to you as you come forward. My fingers on the trigger. It's getting a little like it's a little barely touching it, but it's like tapping on it like super fast, like jittering hands.
Mr. Cornelius, surely you see the futility of your actions.
Oh
We'll
God!
all be dead if we can't work together.
Just like that movie. The Terminator series.
Cordy,
No,
let him
there's a
finish the
number
scene.
of differences. There's a number of differences so that it doesn't violate certain copy. Well, anyways. Come with us, help us, and we'll all escape together.
And on
I'll
that,
try to use some of my sweet interpersonal charm and all of my language programming in here to try and calm him down. I will use whatever psychology is programmed into me to select my words carefully so as not to upset him. We'll treat it like an emergency situation or like a medical or a hostage even.
okay, I am going to, and we're going to finish here. You're using your intellect, and linguistics. He's not really functioning all. Your skill in linguistics. He's not listening to reason or logic. His mind's spinning in specious circles of madness. Computers and mathematics. I mean, none of these things really seem to help with your intellect. So we're going to see on a stat save roll if you are able to settle down the Teamster. I will allow that you have some things in your possession maybe a stim pack or some other smokable that may allow you to have an advantage roll.
Uh,
I got a porn mag.
JO3, if you'd like to throw it out again by offering him something to settle his nerves.
Okay. If I have a stim pack, I'll offer that.
And you have all the weed that was in that room because it's tied to your belt.
I'm gonna say you used the weed disadvantage since you said
Well,
infected and
that's
the whole thing with the helmet.
That's it.
great.
Jo may not be comfortable with that, so we'll just let Jo play his character.
Okay.
Well, here's a stim pack, and it doesn't look like it's going to help you much.
No, he's not interested in that stim pack, and we have a crazed teamster with an itchy trigger finger looking at a Marine, a manic android, not really manic, a calm android, and a somewhat disconcerted scientist who cannot believe that this young whippersnapper is not listening at all to his learning and logic. And folks, tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks from today, we will hopefully leave the Greta base and move onwards in MotherShip.
All right. Nice session. That was fun.
I've been
Thanks a
sick all
bunch,
day
guys.
too.
You bastard, Cornelius. What a bastard. Making my job harder.
You're making
Making your job harder.
Cornelius was working hard, then you come in your smoke pack, then you attempt to rip off his helmet. Again.
Yeah, because I want to communicate with you. I want
Honestly,
communication,
that's
man.
boundary issues.
Yeah.
The android's not saying to take off your helmet now, though.
No, you're saying like all this stuff to panic my guy.
Well, you panicked yourself. That was right on time. Actually, I thought it was panic roll. They say in the book could be called for at any times, or definitely on a crit fail or anything like that. But
Yeah.
pretty much
Cornelius
any time.
is playing a real paranoid character really well.
Yeah.
No, it's
He's
just
obviously
because,
yeah. Basically,
You
you're,
don't get out with a bunch of old guys. Yeah. Be like, fuck this. And these guys, they're too slow to save me. You gotta remember though, Cornelius, you don't have to be the fastest. You don't just have to be the slowest.
well, no, he just as the scene started, it's kind of like he triggered the secret.
Oh, I forgot what your secret was.
Oh, I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying he
No,
started.
I'm saying I forgot what it was.
You sent it to me in the chat, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll find it.
As it was, he triggered it, and now the whole situation goes in as such.
Yeah. I like not knowing. I don't even know how this adventure ends, guys.
okay, well, Sean, I'll think it is. I'll fix the book.
It's pretty big. It's got at least switch over so I can see something better. It's got 5 chapters, and that's how big it is. It's got 5 chapters. This is a card table where you can roll traits on cards. It's a D100. That's really cool. And there's so many storylines that could just spin into so much craziness with this card table. It's like, how does that work? You know what I mean? It's like, how does that guy work? And there's maps, and there's motherships, and nuclear reactors, and dams, and towers, and NPCs, and we're gonna have a lot of fun if we keep this going, I think. Are you enjoying it so far, folks?
Yeah, I'm having a
Oh,
blast. Having a blast. Yeah, it's good. The characters are starting to come alive. We're starting to get familiar with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chaotic Platypus. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I'm glad you enjoyed the session. Yeah.
And if I was grumpy today, I apologize. I've been percolating all day, guys.
It's okay. This is nothing compared to work.
Okay,
These
everybody.
are all funny games.
Hey, shout out to Wolf Kids. You can't tell anybody you're just playing make-believe. Your friends are...
Yeah, I know.
She's
Yeah, I know.
like, oh,
Some people at work you just can't tell, right?
Where's my little coolness, John? Yeah, I used to think I was a school cat. I just play make-believe now.
What was the question we got asked? Were the characters arguing, or were the players arguing when Bennett and Marcus were going at it? And that little short, that was like the best one.
Yeah, that was funny. But lots of shit here, everybody, on Omegaland TV. We got Alien, we got MotherShip, we got Walking Dead. A lot of Free League stuff here. And the next game is this Saturday, just a couple days away. And we're doing the second session of Twilight 2000 short story. They crashed in the desert with limited food and no water, and they're trying to survive in the desert. So it's very entertaining. We're doing the second session of that this Saturday night. And then next Tuesday we have The Walking Dead. And then
Walking Dead, baby.
Alien RPG, Building Better Worlds, and MotherShip. Mad Bard's continuation is in 2 weeks from today. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks, Mad Bard, for GMing this awesome game, and thanks to all you players there for participating. Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys. Peace.
Thanks. Have a good night.